welcome to Season 2 of my second Sunday skateboarding session videos. Last season I filmed 10 episodes of me running through Braille Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 1 to see if I could learn all the tricks in that and sort of kick off my skateboarding, perhaps get myself back up to speed again. This season I'm not going to bore you with me doing those tricks every episode again. We're going to check in on them, see where I'm at. But in this 10 episode season, I'm going to try out this thing that I built many years ago and has been sitting in my garage for a number of years now. It's a slider grind pole curb type situation. 2 bits of coping across the top. May not look very long in the image here, but it's about 2.4 meters, which I think is somewhere around 7 or 8 feet, possibly in the sort of old money measurement. Now, I've never been able to do a whole lot on slider rail. I was mostly limited to backside and frontside slides, and when I was really good at them, I could easily do something like that, do most of the length of it. At the moment, I'd be lucky if I do maybe the last quarter, and since this thing's been sitting in my shed and it's barely been slid, it's going to take a bit of working in to even get it up to speed where we can do anything on it. But I'll see how we go. This video will probably be a bit of catching up with where I'm at with Skateboarding Made Simple, and then just starting to break this thing in again and just see what I can actually do. So I'm going to try and stop rambling, leave it there, and we'll come back at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight into Skateboarding Made Simple tricks, and maybe I'll put the best 3 of each one into the video. I won't make you watch every single attempt. This is just, after all, a checkup to sort of show you where I'm at with those tricks. So obviously starting with the ollie, because I'm not warmed up, these are going to look terrible, so see how we go. I'll leave that there and go straight into frontside 180 ollies. And just to note, this bit of the driveway is on a bit of a hill going that way, but I tend to favour going uphill rather than down because there's a bit of an edge here that sort of throws me off and there's no edge there, so that's a lot of the reason why I'm not rolling out of my 180s. Alright, we'll move on to backside 180s. Still struggling with these to get them all the way around. I think I'm getting better. We'll see. I think I'll leave that one there for now. Okay, so we'll move on to pop shove-its, which tend to be more shove-its than pop shove-its. And I can do them better standing still than moving, but I'm getting there with the moving one. But if I do a few standing still to get me started, that usually helps. This was probably my most successful trick from Season 1, in that I could never do these, and now I seem to be able to do them nearly all the time. As you can see, they're more just shove-its than pop shove-its. As I said, that was my most successful new trick from the first season. I have been practicing my front side pop shove-its, and I'm getting closer to landing those, just doing them stationary. Can occasionally land them. Don't think I've landed one moving as yet, but who knows, we'll see how we go. So, this is front side shove-its. Start out doing them still first. Alright, try a few moving, then we'll move on, because it's hit or miss whether I land them or not. So, not bad, getting my back foot closer to being on. Just got to work out how to spin it so it stays under me more. I'm sort of trying to lean back, which is helping. And I found sort of having this wide stance helps as well, rather than having the foot in the middle there. We'll move on to heel flips, and I can tell you I haven't yet landed a heel flip or a kick flip, but we're getting closer for both of them. So start with these stationary. I have noticed that I do flick somewhat better when I make sure I really pop these. So I really try and pop them now. A lot of the times I was flicking too early before the tail had even hit the ground. But I found if I concentrate on getting the pop first, it tends to be a bit more successful with the flip after that. I'll try some moving. Do some kick flips, I guess. Pretty close. Put my foot up there. Right, I'm going to do some moving, and then we'll move on to the slider grind rail thing. Right, I think I'm going to leave that there, and we'll move on to the slider. Carry on, keep going, keep moving. Oscar, move. Come on. Right, I haven't done anything to this slider pole other than dust all the cobwebs off, so I haven't waxed it or anything at all. I just wanted to see where we're at and see what I could do. And I will say I haven't done board slides at this point, probably like 6 or 7 years, maybe even 10 years. So this is literally all new to me again. is pretty sticky. Probably going to have to get some wax. Going with some candle wax. And just trying to wax up the whole thing so it gets, all of it is getting about the same amount of wax instead of just doing one side. Alright, see how that goes. Getting there. Try the other way now. Not as easy because it's going uphill. Definitely feels slippier. So weird. It's got a bit of uphill, it gets them completely stuck. I don't think that's sliding very far either. Sort of getting on and almost off again straight away. I don't think it's going to get much more exciting than that for this particular episode, and I don't want to drag it out for too long. So I'm aware that I'm not the most exciting of skaters, and while this season I'm going to try and up the quality of my videos a notch in terms of content and trying to be a bit more interesting. It's still a bit of a struggle because I understand I'm not most advanced of skaters out there anymore, and I'm just trying to get my skills back, and these videos are generally more for me as a point of record than for you as a viewer. But I hope you found this interesting and saw a little bit of where I was with skateboarding made simple, and you got to see me try out a slider rail for the first time in, I don't know, it's got to be at least 5 years since I've even done anything on this slider rail. It's been in the shed for ages, and I used to just do no slides on it occasionally when it was out, not full on board slides. So you got to see my first steps with that and getting back into sliding. So I hope you found it interesting. This series, like last time, it'll just be 10 parts, one episode, filmed every fortnight on the second Sunday. So I hope you'll join me. Just check in where I'm at, leave a comment and show a bit of support, and any tips and advice for my skating as well. Always happy to hear them. So till the next second Sunday, I guess. I'll see you later.